Hey folks, it's Marvin Cash, the host of The Articulate Fly, and we're back with another Central PA fishing report with George Costa from TCO Fly Shop in State College. How you doing, George?
I'm great as always, Mark. How are you?
As always, just trying to stay out of trouble. And, before we started recording, I guess, the first question is, you got some rain from the tropical depression that worked its way up the mid-Atlantic. So, yeah, we ought to talk a little bit about that. But then also the good news is you're kind of drying out and you're cooling off.
Yeah, it's been temperature-wise, actually woke up and was chilly this morning. So we got temperature starting to drop a little bit. Doesn't mean it's not going to come back up in the middle of September like it usually always does. But little bit of fall weather today, and the good part about the rain is that we got some good water coming for fall, but we did get a pile of rain last night. So everything is blown out. Everything's just kind of dropping off a flood stage now. So we got a ton of water last night, but that's going to load up the streams, and looking good for fall. But we're certainly not fishing for at least the next 2 or 3 days. So there's that.
Yeah. So plan to get sick on Wednesday.
Yeah, pretty much. Next week might be good.
That'd be the day to call in sick and fish. So, as you move into fall, talk a little bit about what folks should expect to see on the water, right? Because the terrestrial bite will start to decline, and you'll start to see some of those fall hatches.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to start seeing, once cool weather hits, some of the bigger streams will start seeing those nice little, my favorite fall hatches, get a nice little slate drake hatch in the fall, which is good. So that's fun on the J and Penns and Fishing Creek. October caddis are always a fall favorite. Olives will come through fall, and small caddis here and there, and the terrestrials will start winding down as it starts getting a little cooler. But we'll have plenty of caterpillars. Bigger caterpillars are a big food source here, I think, in the fall, that a lot of guys kind of tend to ignore. But I kind of like fishing those little olive, woolly chenille looking things. So that can be a good thing to fish in fall, like sink them. But yeah, streamers are definitely going to start picking up end of the month, and we're pretty full for our fall guide trips right now. We've seen a lot of people want to come out and fish in the fall. So, come join us and see what it looks like.
Yeah, there you go. Are your Tricos hanging on, or are they kind of pretty much done at this point?
It's hard to say. I haven't, I don't think anybody's been out there for the past couple of mornings. They were pretty good ones about 3-4 days ago. A couple guys were saying that they got them good in the morning. So they're still going to be around. I don't know what this big push of water is going to have done to them and the cool temps. So once this whole thing settles down and clears, they're pretty much winded down. I don't expect to see too many more of them. It's hard to say. Right about now is when they kind of stop. Hit me up with that question next time we talk, and I'll give you a better answer after this high water.
Yeah, fair enough. And we do have a question for you this time, George. And Ryan was reaching out, as you were mentioning earlier, talking about streamers, and he wanted to know if you prefer for fall streamer season to fish bigger or smaller water.
I fish whatever you're in the mood to fish that day. Bigger water, tends to be bigger fish for the most part around here, but not necessarily the case. I don't have a preference over big water or small water, but streamer size I think is more important. Smaller water, probably want to fish a smaller streamer. Bigger water, you can get some bigger sculpin patterns, but I don't have a preference as far as how big the water is. If the water's up and a little dirty, that definitely makes a big difference in how fish are going to react. I definitely like a little bit of off color water for streamer fishing. So, it depends on which way the wind is blowing. But, I would like something a little, fishing a little bigger water personally, as opposed to smaller stream stuff.
Yeah. And I guess if you have to pick smaller water, but you're looking for bigger fish, you either probably need to fish early in the morning or late at night when the big guys are moving around, or you need to kind of target those deeper pools in that smaller water.
Yeah, for sure. And just, hit those undercut banks on those smaller streams, and that's where you'll find the big ones sitting.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite streamers you want to share with folks?
Around here, peanut MB is always a great little pattern. Small sculpin patterns are always good. Any of the smaller gallops patterns, we've got some really cool sex dungeons that fish great in the fall. It's just a little bit of weight on the front, little jig streamers, stuff like that. I prefer to fish a weighted fly, a weighted streamer around here as opposed to a sinking line. I think it's a little easier to manage. We're not casting super far in some of our local streams. So anything that's got a little bit of weight on the front and you can still use a floating line with, I think fish is better around here.
There you go. And folks, we love questions at the Articulate Fly. You can email them to us or shoot them to us on our Instagram or our Facebook page. And if we use your question, I'll send you some Articulate Fly swag. And we were in a drawing for something cool from the shop at the end of the season. And George, before I let you get back to it, why don't you let folks know where to find the shop hours, and all that kind of good stuff?
We are here at 2030 East College Avenue, right here in State College. TCOflyfishing.com on the web. Oh, and one note on the shop, we will actually be closed here at the State College store from the 7th through the 11th of September. We are going to be doing a little facelift in the interior of the store, which I'm real excited about. So we're going to be closed here in the shop for a few days. But if anybody's traveling through and needs something, they can call us, and we can get together some flies or some leader and run it out to the parking lot. But the in-store shopping will be closed the 7th to the 11th of September.
Yeah, good to know. When you said that, I was afraid you were going to tell me you were doing inventory, and I could see you getting really angry, like counting size 22 blue-winged olives with a paintbrush.
Man, I can't count that high. I'm not even going to try.
Fair enough. Well, listen,
Right
folks. On. Yeah, so since you're kind of blown out, I think the plan, right, is to do the chores this weekend so that you can have a sick day early next week and go out and hit the water. Tight lines, everybody.
I like it.
Yep, tight lines, George.
Take it easy.